Ms. Simona Neumann, welcome to the Bucharest Forum 2018. It's lovely to have you. You are the Chief Executive for Timisoara Capital of Culture 2021. How does it feel to be in Bucharest, and why did you choose to accept our invitation to be a speaker for this centerpiece event in the Aspen calendar for this year?
Well, first of all, I'm very honored to be here, and to be honest, I've been positive to this challenge and to attend and to be a speaker to this event, because there is a broad range of topics to be discussed here, which have a common denominator, basically the European project and the global and in relationship with other global players on the one hand, and especially in the panel I am a speaker in is dealing with the role of cities in the new economic era. And the project I'm leading, Timisoara 2021 European Capital of Culture, is about city development on long run, which through the means of culture. There are many issues discussed these days here, from security issues to defense to economy, intelligence, artificial intelligence, IT, technology. And through my presence, I would like to bring in a dimension which basically unites us all, irrespective where we are: culture. What is culture in broader sense, and how culture can boost economic development of a city, of a region, of a country, and of whole Europe. I am very well aware that culture is perceived as something that we all take as self-understood. We almost don't see culture's role in the equation of big challenges of Europe. But the Timisoara European Capital of Culture project addresses European values. For us, the biggest challenge is how culture can contribute to more active citizens to participate, to respond to the deep crisis in which the European project is today. When I say crisis, I refer to the crisis in trusting European institutions or the EU itself. Let's see Brexit, for example. A crisis facing immigration, a crisis facing environmental challenges. I strongly believe, and the project which was put together by the people in Timisoara, the European Capital of Culture project, is set up in such a way that through a longer process, it will be able to boost citizens' participation in the democratic process through a cultural program. It's a challenging job. It won't show its results immediately. It's a day-to-day, month by month, year by year work. But even now, in the phases of the run-up through 2021, through some activities we are and performances that we are organizing, we are able to see tiny changes in the way citizens relate to their city, because we approached this by going first to the peripheries of the city where culture has not been present. We addressed neighborhoods with different cultural interventions, coming slowly to the center, then again spreading to the peripheries with new energies. So this exercise is aimed to make more dynamic our city.
It's lovely. It's great that you mentioned the citizen dimension of your project. Since Bucharest Forum is an event that's open to a very wide variety of audiences, we try to bring specialists from all fields, especially people such as yourself. But what would you think is the main gain that people in the audience have from attending Bucharest Forum and from having such events take place?
The main gain is that in a relatively short period of time, 3 days, they have the chance to attend, listen, participate if they want with questions, to prominent leaders in different areas of activities, and to see that there are inside these leaders, beyond these leaders, there are thinkers who thinkers and practitioners in the same time, who are not only able to lecture about the role of leadership and to address global or European challenges, but also prove through their day-by-day work what has been done, what needs to be done. So it's a very powerful experience to have in a compact period of time so many leaders. Aspen Institute is about leadership, and as we heard this morning, Mr. Franco Frattini very well said that Europe is in a crisis of leadership. So they are needed more than ever. Leadership is about, of course, first and foremost, to be professional in your field, but it's going much more beyond that. It's about courage to take decisions. It's about the capacity to transmit your ideas, to convince other people, and the capacity to coordinate with other fields which are relevant to that leader's task. So this is one of the major advantages. For those who are speakers, is also a beautiful experience to see and interact with others who are addressing maybe other issues, not in one's field, but to see the convergences, the interconnections with other fields. As I said, I am coming from so-called cultural program, but which is not about high culture. It's not only putting together some performances for the European Capital of Culture here. It's more than that. It's how you develop the city by the means of culture. But for this, it's very useful to learn about the development of the cities, the challenges in economy, in urbanism, in architecture, in societal issues, and of course, I've heard, of course, how Romania, in one of the panels, how can Romania address European challenges? How can Romania come with concrete response for citizens to the European challenges? And I've heard that defense is one of the key areas where Romania is relevant. Defense, border protections, the EU border protections, which are very concrete things. Now my challenge is how culture can make Romania relevant in Europe, how culture can address European issues in another way that they've been addressed so far. How culture can address not only an elite group, but also the citizens, to make itself attractive for citizens, and they can find possible responses for their daily challenges in culture or through culture.
On that note, we're very happy to have you here. We think that culture is a very significant dimension of both the interdisciplinary talks that we always try to have at Aspen, but also in terms of developing the continent and the good society that we're trying to go to. And as a last question, I'd like to ask you, What would be a key message that you would like to send out to the community of Aspen, fellows, alumni, members, and friends, and all the people that are interested in these sort of events and conversations?
Well, first of all, my message is that leadership is of utmost importance in nowadays global challenges. Probably it has always been, but there hasn't been such a crisis of leadership. So I would encourage every professional with leadership potential to join Aspen. I'm myself an Aspen alumni, and I realized how attending the Aspen conversations have challenged my way of thinking, and how fulfilled I went back to my daily work, how I could transfer some of the knowledge. Actually, it's not only about knowledge here, it's about the way of thinking, how leaders think, and this is a very compact community of leaders where they can learn from each other, they can give to each other. So my message is long live Aspen.
Ms. Neumann, thank you so much.